All right, what's up, Dragon Brood? As we get toward the end of the season for all of this fun stuff right now, we're going to be looking at goblins again because this sort of fell off the map a little bit, and I've been tinkering around with the little list that has a few little tricks that might actually make goblins playable again in Standard. Now, starting at the top, we do have a copy of Mud Button Curse Tosser. I don't know why it's so hard to say, but it may or may not make the cut in the end, but it's not bad to have another one drop. Speaking of which, we do have some Fanatic Firebrand, which we can sacrifice for some damage, which is always nice. Stadium Headliner, also a thing that we can sacrifice for removal, and makes us an extra body. We do have some Bitter Triumph and Strategic Betrayal, also to deal with some graveyard things, because we don't have a lot for that situation. Seer Slicer Goblin obviously get to make us extra bodies, so we love that. Boggart Curse Crafter. This is also fun because we just start sending those tokens into the red zone, and if they die, we get to deal extra damage anyway. Trying a copy of Vial Smasher. This is a card I think people forgot. It is a 3/2 for 2, which is very good. Happens to be a goblin. And we do also have a set of Warlocks and a set of Pirates, so we have some other options that can sometimes trigger this for bonus damage, so we'll see how that goes. We have some Boggart Mischief, so anytime we have stuff die, we get to drain the opponent for a life while making 2 tokens. House Squad Heavies, obviously good, just making tokens every turn. We have Alesha, who laughs at fate. This lets us get those creatures back from our graveyard and kind of keep the whole chain of things going, which we love. And then, of course, Krenko Mob Boss, because if we can make a bunch of goblins and can do some crazy things, we'd love to do that. And then we're trying Collective Inferno, and this is mostly because it worked for lizards, and we're making more goblin tokens, so maybe we'll have a lot of situations where you can play this for free or close to it. We'll figure that out. And then I'm trying one copy of Grub's Command to see how this actually works out. Just putting +1/+1 on all of our creatures is probably the option we're going to choose the most, but also it can get rid of an artifact or a creature, so there's that. It does cost 5 mana, but it's like the one expensive card in our deck. But before we get into everything, you know I gotta tell you, if you're going to buy some Magic cards, especially for the upcoming Strixhaven stuff, be sure to check out Tales of Adventure. Mostly because if you go over to toamagic.com, and when you're shopping, use my code DRAGON, DRAGN, at checkout, you'll save 5% on your entire order on the website. So you get sweet new cards, you get to support the channel, you get to save some money. But that bit of business, it's all done. Let's go see if goblins still have a chance, backed up by Alesha and some other new friends. Alright, this looks good enough to keep. Experiments like this are fun is because I have zero idea if this is good, bad, indifferent. I don't know. We'll find out. Storm Chaser's talent, sure. Oh, this is fun. We're obviously putting this on Goblin. And we're just going to go ahead and get in there. Do what you're going to do. Now, my guess is they're going to want to kill our Seer Slicer Goblin. Nope, they're just going to play another thing that blocks, I guess. Are we bouncing the Seer Slicer Goblin? I don't know. They're just going to bounce their enchantment? Yeah, whatever. It's to the point we see that play so often that I don't even get bothered by it. I'm kind of just like, yeah, that's a thing that happens. Alright, get in there. Block or don't. We don't mind. Alright, make more dudes. Hopefully they don't deal 1 damage to our whole board. Oh, here it comes. Wish I would have got our Alesha Schooner. Oh, nope, looks like they don't have it. Because they definitely would have played it there if they did. Okay, now it's time to start thinking about what to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can play Collective Inferno, or we could play Curse Toss. I think we play Collective Inferno. So tap for colorless, red. Tap, tap, because we're not attacking with those anyway. Wait, why do I still have to pay more? That should be it, right? Auto pay. Yeah, okay, cool. I was like, for a second, I thought it was asking me to pay 2 more mana. I was like, why though? Alright. Hopefully we don't lose our board. I really wanted a land so badly there. A land would have been clutch. Because then we could have attacked with everything. If our Seer Slicer Goblin died, we get 1 back. But Yeah, if opponent doesn't deal with our board, this is just a dumb amount of damage that they have to deal with on this turn. Yeah, this is a lot. Each of these is 3. Yeah. The sicko part is, obviously we wanted to draw mana for like House Squad Heavy or something, but if we just played Curse Tosser, they don't even have a good block because then whatever they block still deals 3 to them, right? Because it's, yeah, it deals damage. So yeah, this would have tripled it up. So minimum they're going to take 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 8. Yeah, they're just dead. Even if we play Curse Tosser, they just die. That's sick. We never got more than 2 mana and just like, that was enough. Thank you, Collective Inferno. All right, let's do it and see what happens. Okay, let's... Do we just go with Headliner? I don't think we do. We might have too much mana now. That could end up being a concern. Voice of Victory. What if we go Headliner and Firebrand? I don't want to run the Curse Crafter just yet. Mostly because I want to see what the opponent's gonna do on this turn. Like, if they play a Shelter or something so they can attack, like, we'd rather not have the Curse Crafter get caught up in the wash. Their own Headliner, sure. And that's exactly why we didn't play the Curse Crafter. Why would you not take the Headliner? Okay. Sure. I don't really understand, but okay. You do you. That was a very awkward sequence. Alright, let's put this on Goblin, play a Curse Crafter. Go ahead and play the other Firebrand. Might as well attack, and we'll just see what happens. Now, for all I know, they have another Shelter by Ghost or whatever. It's just, it is what it is if they have it. House Squad Heavy, sure. See, the problem the opponent's going to have now, though, is that we can just sacrifice our Headliner to get rid of their Voice of Victory because they didn't target that last time for some reason, which is very peculiar. I mean, I have to assume you use your Firebrand on my Headliner, because that's what I would do. What's happening? That's only 2 damage. Am I missing something? Am I playing against an AI? Like, that play makes no sense. Yeah, opponent just says, oops. I'm like, genuinely, like, what just happened? Like, that's the most random thing. But, okay, I guess. Yeah. I mean... I guess we just pass? Like, I don't know. Like, like, this is so weird. I'm trying to figure out what the opponent's doing, because none of this makes any sense. Animpokal, sure. Would I rather get rid of Animpokal or get rid of Voice of Victory? Animpokal's probably more of a problem because of the Howl Squad Heavy. I think... See, because here's the other thing. If we get rid of the Heavy... Nah. I just don't even want to mess with it. It's fine. Yep. Sure. Oh no. This is not good. Pass the turn. At least let me find a Krenko or something here. That would be real nice. I'd be excited about that. I mean, we have things we could potentially do, but if we don't draw them, we don't draw them. Ah. Alright, well, we're probably cooked, team. That sucks. We've just drawn way too much mana. Yeah, second heavy. Alright, this is probably GG's. There's only so much we can do. We gave it the good old college try. Maybe I could have killed the first Howl Squad heavy, but we were just going with what we knew. Opponent, if you use attack with Voice of Victory now, like, that's just basically game. I don't know why they're not attacking with everything. I would have. Yeah, Lesha, you might just be too little too late. Had potential to be good. Actually, hold that thought. You know what? I might have to give up a Firebrand. They'll get some life out of the deal. No, because we still take 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're probably still dead. Wow, opponent didn't even block? Huh. Alright, well, we got some blockers then. We'll take a Headliner. And I guess just try to remove a Howl Squad heavy right now. End the turn. Yeah, I drew so badly while the opponent drew so well that we should be very, very dead. The fact that we're even still playing Magic feels like a borderline miracle. And it feels like just because of weird plays the opponent made. Like even here, attacking with 2 bodies. I mean, I guess maybe you have a way to pump them. I don't know. But, you know, I'm your Huckleberry, I guess. Nope, they literally have nothing. Alright, well, continue playing Magic, I guess, while we draw our lands. Alright, so we attack with the token, they gain 3, token dies, they lose 1. We get our thing back, we get to kill a Howl Squad heavy. Okay, I mean, that's good enough for me, I suppose. We'll just have to systematically get rid of stuff one at a time. Alright, they're blocking this time. In the turn. Get back the Headliner again. Get rid of a Howl Squad heavy. They go to 13, so they're slowly losing life. Also, oddly, didn't block with the Voice of Victory to gain the life. I don't know what's happening. I mean, if they get, like, O'Hare Ashodil, that's also bad. Like, there's a bunch of ways we lose while we're sitting here, but we're almost to the point that we can just attack. Oh, and speaking of, there's O'Hare Ashodil. All right, GG's. like, right on time, friend. Now attack with your Voice of Victory, so I die. Attack with your Voice of Victory, so I die. Opponent, attack with your Voice of Victory. I should have been dead like 4 different ways this game. All you have to do is attack, and I lose. There you go. They're highlighting things and they see it. Come on, opponent. I believe in you. Opponent, just attack. What? Why? What? Why? Why are we still in this game? I don't... Okay, man. Sure. I don't know. I don't know. So what do we need now? The opponent to draw a land. If I play this, I can get rid of the Voice of Victory. Actually, not really. Now we need to just get rid of O'Hare Ashenil, right? That's the bigger issue. So we play this one. We attack. We get rid of... Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to use this one now. Sure. Attack with a token. Man, also, if we'd have had our dang Inferno this whole time, that would have been pretty amazing also. Might as well play this tapped. It's not going to come into play being in my hand. Or matter. Alright. Okay, so now we should be able to get rid of the Voice of Victory. And I think we're okay. Don't be wrong, I also messed up during this game too. So I'm not going to say the opponent's the only one making mistakes. I've definitely made a couple. Alright. Did we somehow win this really goofy game that we weren't even able to... Did we drop the land every turn but one, I think? That's also really bad. Alright. Can we just attack? They block 3, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You don't have any creature lands we got to worry about on the comeback. Well, we'll make some bodies anyway, so whatever. Since we can't actually kill them, I won't attack with the Sear Slicer Goblin. Don't want to give them a good block. Alright. Yeah, this game, man, this is what happens, though. Sometimes ladder games are just weird, y'all. I'm not even going to wait for them to get something that does anything. Alright. This is it. I hope I say if you had drawn another Ashenil or something, we would have lost. But yeah, alright. We're attacking with all of it. I'll give you the GG's, opponent. This game, I don't think I should have won at all. Like, it's one of those things, man. And don't get me wrong. I have many times where I'm recording stuff and it's the 4th video of the day and I'm responding to emails and stuff while I'm recording. So I make a ton of misplays all the time. So I'm not going to put this on my opponent of just like, how did you not see the thing? Hell, I had 2 games yesterday, or in one of the recent videos, where I just didn't hit my opponent in the face with the Boros charm. So, like, things happen. It's not that big a deal. This was just more like, if I concede, y'all would have been mad. But, like, you still could have won. But then, this is sort of what happens sometimes, right? We won, but did we really win? I don't know. Ooh, we can't keep this. Much as I would like to. This was a lot worse. I don't like that. Alright, they did nothing, so we'll just play a Curse Tosser and pass. Voice of Victory, okay. Not really worth playing a Lesha here, I don't think. So, I guess we just Curse Tosser? And attack? Or Curse Crafter, then there's Curse Tosser. I mean, I'll behold, there's goblins on the battlefield already. Now, yes, could I have just played Curse Tosser and got away with Strategic Betrayal? Absolutely. But we're doing other fun things right now. I mean, you're keeping the Cosmogran Zenith, right? Like, nothing else makes sense. That has to be the only answer. Alright, opponent goes to 12. They're going to be able to play 2 things. It's just... do they put counters? Do they make tokens? I'm assuming they make tokens, but we'll see. Leonardo. So stuff gets +1/+0? Is that what that is? Alright. Then you're going to make some 1/1s? Yeah, sure. And bounce a token. Seems like good business. I have a feeling the opponent's not going to... Ooh, wait. If we play Krenko, what happens here? I'm like, we play Krenko, how does this go badly? You know what? I'm attacking. And we got some Death Touchers and whatnot. Do what you're going to do. We get to deal damage anyway. Oh, we get to destroy something too. I guess Pixie because it flies. Can't get that. Can't get that. Oh, wait. Oh, it's power 2 or less. I was thinking cost 2 or less. That's kind of a big deal. Hey, guess what I'm getting back? Yep, Suki, you got it. Yeah, I ain't blocking. Do whatever you're gonna do. Sneak something in, don't care. We're at 18. Make you a bunch of 1/1s if you want to. Nope. Nothing? Wow. Do I activate lands? I mean, I guess that's correct. You're at 6. I guess if you have something, you have something. Oh, wait, I can't because this does not make mana for that. Never mind. All right, we're just attacking. And that's it. Okay, well, that works too, I suppose. Ooh, this looks promising. Yeah, we'll keep. It feels like maybe we could do some things. I don't know. How many of y'all are wrestling fans that, let me know in the comments, because I might have Deb convinced for us to finally do the wrestling show / gimmick stuff we've been talking about for a minute. He might actually be in on it finally. So, just saying, we might have crossed that bridge. If you know, you know, right? If you're into how long this has been a thing, you'll get it. But let's make some more gobos. All right, and this is just when a goblin dies. So the 1/1 soldiers or whatever dying don't really matter. The warriors. All right, Bristly Bill, I see you. Do we want to get rid of Bristly Bill? I think we do. But then it's like, do we get to attack? Oh, actually we can't. We don't have black mana for any of that anyway. So, whatever. We can do this. And then see how the opponent blocks, maybe. Yeah, I'm down for that. Okay, that works. We were going to sack and destroy Bristly Bill anyway. So, it doesn't really change much. Alright. Now, I would like to draw an untapped black mana land. And then we'd have a couple of plays at our disposal. But without that, it's going to be very disappointing. That is unfortunate. So what do we want to get rid of now? Like Badger Mole Cub? Alright, I'm just going to go in on House Squad Heavy. And then, unfortunately, we didn't get black mana at any point. So now we're going to be staring down probably like Ouroboros and stuff, and we just got to figure out what that looks like. I'm going to need a whole pile of curse crafters, but we'll see. Though, that being said, if we could get an Inferno, I mean, our creatures would be dealing a lot of damage. Alright, Earthbender Ascension, you got it. Opponent's gonna have a lot of mana. Yeah, I'm like, feel free to attack. I ain't gonna be mad about it. Like, have at it, fam. They're also playing as though they have no defensive cards, so I think both of these are live whenever the time comes. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Technically, Llanowar Elf is 8, 9. We could just get rid of the Llanowar Elf at any point. We definitely have to attack, so that's thing's gonna happen. Do I want to just take them off mana? I feel like the answer is yes. They still lose 1, so that's something. I think we just get rid of Llanowar Elf just because. Alright. Or hell, realistically, even Krenko showing up now would be more than fine. I'd be down with the Krenko. Yeah, sure. We just jump block, deal damage. Or to some extent, another Seer Slicer Goblin would give us more creatures to block with and more damage. So we have a bunch of realistic outs. If I had another Curse Tosser, I might be willing to have blocked with that, but I think we just sat here too long without doing anything. So we're just dead skis. Yeah. No black mana. I mean, if we had it, we could still get rid of a creature. I mean, we'd still be doing something, but unfortunately, that is not the case. We just got caught with no mana. That's tough. Super unfortunate. Yep. In the turn. So, I mean, we have some stuff we could chump with. They can also pump that thing like 4 more times. Yeah. I think we're just dead. We'll go through the motions, but man, if I'd had even just one untapped source and we kill the Chocobo, we win this game, I think. But yeah. We just don't have a real shot. Alright, so we're going to assume the Chocobo is at least 2 larger, right? So the Chocobo right now is getting through for 14? Alright, so we block with this. We block here. We block here and here. Get the damage out of this that we can. We can sack the Firebrand to shoot the opponent twice, basically. So they'll take 2. This is when for each other. So 2, 3, 4. I mean, I guess I block Badger Mole. We deal 4, and then what? They'll have at least 2 more blockers. 14. So I have to... They can get them to 14. I would take exactly 11. So I have to block with at least another token. So we don't die, right? Is that how that works? Looks correct. Sure. Oh, wait, no, it gets 2 tokens. I was thinking 1. Yeah, it's going to get 2 counters. Oh, wait. They're not just putting it all on the Chocobo? Like, opponent, just put the other counters on the Chocobo and I die. Like, Seriously, what are we doing? You're just giving me a chance to live for no reason. Alright. I actually missed a play, so I feel like we should be dead, but I don't know. They're giving us a black mana! Like, what? Oh, they're actually going to try to save their Badger. Okay, now we're dead. Alright, they finally put the extra counter on the other guy. Alright. I should have blocked with more stuff anyway. To be honest, though, us not getting mana and just having these dead cards in hand, like, we weren't going to win this anyway. We were due for a loss. Opponent got us. That's fine. I can live with it. Cool. Let's move on. And yeah, this one's tough just because I think this was 100% winnable. We just got stuck on weird mana and couldn't cast our stuff. Like, that's just, it happens sometimes. But literally, if we have that one removal, like, I think we win this hands down, and it's pretty easy. Okay, let's see where this leads us. I have no clue if I should have faith in this hand or not. Fable Passage. I bet it's going to be for a forest. Oh, it wasn't. Oh, it was a forest. That was just really dark. I almost thought it was a swamp for a second. It was indeed a forest. Well, Stadium Headliner by itself doesn't really do anything. So let's just play a Curse Tosser. And I will show you a Stadium Headliner. Since both of them are probably going to end on the battlefield next turn anyway, doesn't really matter. What do we got? Virtue of Strength. Whoa. Alarm time, folks. Like, opponent is going quite large. That is concerning. Holy smokes. That's a thing to know. Crazy. Ooh, also at the end of this video, I want to talk about a couple of cards that we could try instead. Oh, Mossborn Hearts. Oh, boy. Alright, well, we know what we got to do. We have to destroy a Mossborn Hydra this turn. Actually, well, might as well attack first. And just see what they do. Because I don't think they're blocking with the Mossborn Hydra. And then we'll go ahead and off it. And play a Blood Crypt tapped. And we're not in bad shape for next turn, because we could play a Curse Crafter, attack, sack the Headliner. And then we're into House Squad heavy territory. Yep. What do we got going on? Oh, Alumra. Oh, man. Oh, opponent's going big on their landfall. I can respect it. Oh, this is going to be nuts. Yeah, if we don't get this done quickly, this could end up being a total disaster. Wow. This is not good. Oh, man, this is terrible. So even if we play Curse Crafter and attack, we'll only have 1, 2, 3 creatures left after sacrificing the Headliner. So, then you're going to get a really big Mossborn Hydra. So what I have to figure out is how much damage do I think we can get over a couple of turns. We can put +1/+1s and everything. We can destroy a creature. And this last card would have to... Well, they have 2 cards. It could be protective spells, but I don't think they are. So I think what I'm going to do is just play a House Squad heavy. We're going to opt to attack, because we kind of have to. Would you like to block the Curse Tosser? They did! Awesome for us. Yeah, great. Fantastic. Okay, that worked out kinda sorta. Alright, there's Hydra. How many more lands do we have in hand? Alright, we're getting fetch land back. Makes sense. You can turn your Hydra into an 8/8. Oh no, just a 4/4 right now if you want to. Alright, set this on Goblin. Which also randomly would allow you to cast this spell because it counts as a Goblin, which is funny. Alright, so opponent's at 11. We can either attempt to kill the Hydra and give +1 to everything, because I think those are the two best options. Making another House Squad heavy, I don't think does enough. I'm just thinking, is there a way we die next turn? Because this will go to 4 to 8. This lets you produce extra mana. Alright, I think I'm just gonna Grub's Command. Like, destroy a creature, and I guess put +1s on things. Actually, if we're not gonna beat them, because that's gonna be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe we just make another House Squad heavy. And then we'd attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I like that better. Let's just copy a House Squad heavy. I mean, if they protect their dude, they protect their dude. It's whatever. Hey, I successfully resolved the one time I've ever cast a Grubs command. There you go. That's awesome. We did the thing. All right. All right, so we still got 9 damage in. And now if something crazy happens, we can attack with our creature land. We have a Curse Crafter if they make a bunch of blockers somehow. Like, I don't know. These games have been crazy on the ladder today, y'all. I don't know what's happening. There's something in the water today. Okay, we get a win. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. Like, I don't know what's happening today. This was crazy. This was just the opponent having a creative deck and a kind of a different spin on Landfall, though, which, I mean, from the looks of things, was going to try to go real big and just get us. So we got a little lucky there, I think. But yeah, there's some other stuff I think we can try as well. So let's talk about that. Okay, one of the things we ran into is there were sometimes we just needed a black mana to cast our spells. Like, admittedly, if we get this one, then it's like, okay, actually, we didn't cast Boggart Mischief the whole video, did we? I think we maybe even only drew it once, now that I'm realizing it, so that's kind of weird. But this we can still cast with Cavern of Souls. I think the problem otherwise, though, is Cavern of Souls kept us from casting our removal spell, which was kind of important. We sort of needed that a couple of times, so that was rough not having access to that. So, I mean, do we cut down a Cavern of Souls for another swamp? Like, maybe. Obviously, we have a bunch of red sources and rather have that first, but we do have a lot of lands that also make red. Technically, Blazemire Verge only produces black until we get a mountain or swamp, so it causes its own problems. Maybe we just got weird mana draws as well. Totally willing to accept that. That's a thing that, you know, could have just happened. Another card, Curse Tosser, turned out to be pretty good today. I mean, we got rid of the 2/4, what's her name, the white creature, right? We also got rid of an Ice Tail Explorer. So cards way above, punched above its weight, right? And this might be a time where it gets to do that. There's also going to be worlds where your opponent doesn't want to block because they don't want to lose their Badger Mole Cub or whatever the case is. So maybe we need to be playing 1 or 2 more of those. We got Krenko one time, but I think we didn't cast it. The game was already over. We didn't really get to put that in the play, but I think we all agree that Krenko was good and playable. I don't think that's really an issue. We got Vile Smasher one time, but I don't think we cast it. while it is a neat experimental card, I think if we had a few more outlaws, it might be worth it. So this is a spot where I probably would play another Curse Tosser and let it just function as some extra removal in the deck. Only have a few things at 2, unfortunately, which are just Seer Slicer Goblin and Curse Crafter, but that's not a big deal, considering there are times we're going to just want to spend 2 mana to sacrifice the Stadium Headliner, which was spectacular for us, so I don't mind that. I would rather cut the spell and maybe just play another Inferno, right? We still have 26 creatures plus our enchantments that makes more bodies. Does this lose life whenever you... Okay, lose life, so this wouldn't trigger the Inferno, but everything else does, which is good. There's also the possibility of looking at cards that just directly pump goblins. So we could do something if we wanted to, like Adaptive Automaton, give all the goblins +1/+1, easy to cast body. That's something to consider if you want to go that route. Funny thing is Roaming Throne, because it does let all your stuff trigger an additional time, which is kind of fun. You could shoot 2 things with a Headliner. You could pick off multiple things with a Firebrand. So, like, there's some goofy stuff that can happen. I guess technically even Curse Crafter would ping your opponent twice. So that's an option. But I was thinking about Lifecraft Engine, right? It's a 3 mana, potentially make a 4/4, because we do have Krenko, House Squad Heavy, you know, those could just trigger it on its own. 2 tokens could crew it as well. So that's something to consider if you didn't want to play something like Krenko or whatever. Because I think Krenko is fine, but what it feels like to me is Krenko is good when we're already in a almost solid position, right? Like we already have 5 or 6 creatures that your opponent just didn't deal with. And then you're like, okay, I got Krenko. Now I have 20 guys and they all get to attack because of House Squad Heavy. So, like, I like that option. I'm not saying you should take it out, but if you're worried about Krenko being too slow or not doing enough or whatever the case is, you could play things that cost less and play a Lifecraft Engine or an Adaptive Automaton. However, if you choose Adaptive Automaton, you're technically also getting another Goblin, because you can choose that whenever you play it. So it would also trigger for Curse Crafter. It'll count for your Inferno damage, stuff like that. So I think that's another thing to consider as well. Not that I think you need to make the change, but just something in there if you need replacements for other cards. But yeah, Inferno turned out to be very good, worked well in here, love it, no complaints. I think the biggest issue was one of those losses we got, because I think we only had 2 losses. One of the losses we got was to not being able to cast a Black Source because of Cavern of Souls. And I just don't know if there are enough counterspell decks to worry about Cavern of Souls right now. I don't think we ran into one. And matter of fact, I think I played against 1 in the last, like, 3 videos. So I'd be willing to cut down to 3 of these. Now, admittedly, it is going to cost us some red sources potentially or whatever. That's a thing we know. But I think we just go ahead and play another swamp and just increase the odds. Actually, not even that. You know what I think we do? We go ahead and add one of the Multiversal Passage. I think that's the answer. So then we could get our choice of what we need in exchange for giving up that uncounterability, if you want to call it that. So yeah, overall, this was kind of surprising and fun, but the outside cards, the Collective Inferno, the Alesha, the removal spells, they were all very good to support these goblins. So yeah, maybe, just maybe, goblins are back in the menu with a little bit of extra help. But link's going to be over on Moxfield like always, so y'all could download it and try it for yourself. And if you're still playing goblins, let me know in the comments some other cool cards you're playing that we maybe didn't have in this video. But that's all I have you for now. We'll see you next time.